Good morning. I've been sitting here contemplating this morning, but before I get up and get busy, I got to get some things done today so my life can go a little bit easier. But while I was sitting here contemplating and listening to my higher self, a realization came to me that humanity has such a vivid imagination and um, things that they want in life and so forth, that humanity is what creates all of our heartaches, all the turmoil. And why do you suppose that is? Well, one of the things that came to me this morning was, I've been kind of working on this a little bit, but each human has a brain, and the brain is equipped with various aspects: the right side of the brain, the left side of the brain, and all these other little components in it that allow you to survive on this earth, on this planet, to live on this planet. And each human has a higher self, the spirit, and the ego. And it all lives in the brain. And each person has a feminine and a masculine in them. And we are supposed to be able to bring all of that together in the center of our brain and be united as one, to be able to have heaven on earth, from a lack of a better word to say, heaven on earth. But we're so divided individually within our brain that we allow our ego to take over, and we're chaotic. If we could just, each of us, blend it all together and let it get to our hearts, then it would be a better world. It would be a better life for each one of us. But we're not taught that, for one thing. The ego wants what the ego wants, and everybody says, well, you got to kill the ego. No, we need the ego. The ego is a part of us that wants to survive and thrive on this planet. And the spiritual part of us is our guide. And our heart is where the center is, where we bring everything to our heart, because our heart is where the compassion and the nurturing and all of that comes from. So, unless our feminine and our masculine and our spirit part of our brain and our ego are all one, then we're going to always got to get ourselves off track. We're always going to be doing this and doing that, because the ego is selfish. But unless you can rein it in and bring everything together, this world is going to continue to be chaotic. So that was just a thought this morning. That's what come to me. it didn't come out the way I was thinking it. Trying to translate it from there to my mouth is one thing. So, but anyway, that's what I was thinking this morning. So, we'll see if I do a video today or not. It's really really sunshiny out today. It's not going to be the warmest out, but another thing, of course, and I'm learning, hearing about all this. What brought me to feeling that humanity makes everything so complicated is because you've got so many people out there telling you, well, you got to do it this way, this religion, that religion. There's thousands of religions out there that's telling each one of us that we're living our life wrong. Some people like to celebrate Christmas. Well, they brought it into being because it was supposed to be Jesus' birthday. That was the Christians did. Well, the pagan society way back when, they celebrated winter. So humanity decided to just bring it together. But you'll hear, well, you can't do this and you can't do that and this and that and whatnot. I think we make things too complicated for ourselves. The whole of society, the whole of humanity. One group will decide we want to have a society and a culture over here. And we got rules and regulations, and if you want to be in amongst us, you got to follow them. And if somebody comes along that doesn't feel the need to follow those, then you got chaos. I'm learning, as long as you've got your ego and your higher self, your spirit and your heart and your feminine and your masculine, all together in one, all blended together. If you feel like celebrating Christmas, celebrate Christmas. If you want to be in a religion, fine, but that's entirely up to you. Don't push it on anybody else. We got all these big governments because of the ego and because of the power that the ego wants. We complicate our lives for ourselves. So I would say the main goal would be is don't kill your ego. You need your ego. Blend it with your spiritual higher self, with your masculine and your feminine. If you need to be feminine at times, then be feminine. If you need to be masculine at times, then be masculine. But if you work it all together, it'll all work out just great. So come on, humanity. Let's quit creating chaos for ourselves. That's all I got to say. If you think you can, if you think you can't, you're right.